computers giving you instructions to do the last set of things that computers can't do yet.
One question a lot of people ask is about regulation. But I want to ask a sort of slightly different question related to it, which is if you assume that a key role of governments and regulation in market economies is to correct for market failures, in a decentralized economy, how will you correct for market failures? Or is part of the crypto thesis that there are no true market failures, only distortions created by regulation itself?
I think that people want regulated markets in the sense that they want some trustworthy actor to ban bad actors and impose some form of quality rating on the system, those are two different things, by the way. Banning a bad actor is not the same as that's like a 0-star actor versus giving 3 stars to a well-intentioned but maybe not amazing good actor. So they want regulators to do this kind of thing, but the form that regulation can take, it could be a national regulator or it can be an international regulator like an Amazon, an eBay, or a Lyft, or an Airbnb, which have star ratings, they have reviews, they have reputation, and people consult them and look at those star ratings prior to buying their products. It doesn't have to be a national regulator. It just has to be some trustworthy source of reviews and reputation that can deplatform bad actors. And so I think what's going to happen with the crypto space is you're going to see a wide variety of different kinds of review and reputation and other kinds of sites arise. We're already seeing this. And then those that are good enough will either be subsidized by, crypto transactions or will be good enough that people will pay for, just like the current market for buy side and sell side advice. So I think that will arise, and then we'll see whether more is necessary than that, or whether that's a whole area in its own right.
Yeah, and to the point of if a certain crypto economy has a market failure, it's poorly designed and it's not allocating resources properly, or people are getting cheated, they'll leave, they'll fork it, or they'll just go to another one. There's a Cambrian explosion of crypto experiments out there, which makes it really, really easy to hop around. And when you look at the price of one of these, it's basically how much trust people have in it right now.
I can add to that also. I think one thing that's an interesting concept is sometimes you have a period of tolerable anarchy. So, for example, with email spam, it got really bad, and there were all these vigilante-ish approaches that were proposed. And then, finally what actually did work was a mathematical solution, Bayesian spam filtering, which maybe didn't solve 100% of the problem, but solved most of it, with Gmail's, spam filters. And sometimes if you have somebody intercede too soon, they can lock in a solution that's not necessarily the optimal one. Like another example is in terms of spectrum auctions. Much later we developed things like CDMA and technologies that don't require this government spectrum auction of, frequency division bandwidth, but those weren't available, and we locked in a solution based on regulation rather than tolerating a period of anarchy and letting technology develop.
Or right now with investing rules, we have a locked-in solution called the accredited investor program, where you have to have $1 million net worth, and then you're allowed to invest in a lot of private assets. And if you have less than $1 million, you're considered a moron. And if you have more than $1 million, you're a genius. And that's obviously not how the world works. And it should probably be replaced by some kind of sophistication test. And everyone's known it should be replaced by some kind of sophistication test. And here we are 83 years later still talking about what is a sophistication test.
Yeah, I want to hear more about how you two, we've talked about, outline the future and what we see, how you two want to participate in that future. So Balaji, I'm curious, maybe first you can describe the vision for Coinbase and your work there, and then Naval, you can get into AngelList, CoinList, and the other efforts.
Sure. Yeah. So what am I doing at Coinbase? So I am. I am
investing.
Driving the addition of new assets first and foremost. The integration of Earn and making that something that I think maybe you'll be able to earn as well as buy and sell at Coinbase, and then a bunch of other cool projects I can't talk about too much, and then doing a bunch of things with Coinbase Ventures and investing in a lot of the companies that are coming up.
And talk broader about